for Life, coming to you with the world premiere of a rig video that doesn't have copyrighted Disney music or some sort. So I'll actually be able to monetize this without getting in trouble by YouTube. All right, so let's get started. This is Fans Toys FT-47 rig, their version of a masterpiece Huffer. So we've had a number of these in the past. So unfortunately, I only have one, and he's completely disassembled. Like kind of the OG CubeX one, which I was gonna repaint, and then I never got around to. But I do have I think a Bad Cube pipes, version 2, so I can compare it with that and do some other comparisons for you. So real quick shout outs. Hey, Dr. Diecast, Jerry Payne, G Tony, how's it going? TFN, Dave Lynch, and Jeremy Sutton. Nice to see all of these regulars in here. Some new people too, like Ron. I don't know if I've seen Ron in here. I've definitely seen Road Dog. Ricky Gregory, how's it going? Trans fans, and Spike Kennedy. This is his first. So quick shout outs there. Kring Rouse Reviews, Lowell, D Puff, Paul. All right, that's I think I got most of y'all. So Shadowbird, Abigail Ham, and Memo. All right, so let's go. So out of packaging review, pretty standard, very small box that we get from Fans Toys. As usual, really nice artwork going here. Robot mode, alt mode, just the sides and the top just have rig, Fans Toys. One new addition here is, as I alluded to before, they do have video instructions now. So if you haven't checked them out, Fans Toys does have an official YouTube channel that they preview some of their figures as well as do transformation videos. Obviously not as good as mine, and I'll demonstrate that when I go through my transformation. But go ahead and check that out. And then on the back, we have all of the product images along with some of their previous releases, like their, I forget what this guy's name was. Well, Braun, and then their Warpath, which was Sheridan. In any case, then we have our bio here. So, interestingly, they have a barcode, and I have no idea if this is a valid barcode or not. I probably should check that out. So, out of packaging, we do get our typical hunk. That's right. Thanks a lot, everyone. Once we get this open, we get her little plastic protector sheet here. We do get him. One of the first things I noticed was I had checked out the videos that they put on their channels, and one of them is kind of out of box transformation into robot mode. I always do that. But that one was drastically different than what I got from mine. First of all, his waist was completely backwards on mine, and they did not show that in their official video. But I don't know how yours will come out, but I'll show you exactly how mine came out, which is like this, and how to get him into robot mode. He does also come with a little baggie with his instructions, his plastic stat card. Hey, Mecha Reviews, how's it going? Good to see you again. And again, his bio with his stats. The instructions are okay. I think the video is obviously much better. They just completely skip some steps, like turning his waist around 180 degrees here. One of the things I wanted to point out is I was reading this. In order to avoid damaging surface or paint, please, PLZ, please don't let parts scarch each other. So I can get away with the whole typo and the scratch. But the PLZ just made me laugh. I'm like, who do they have writing these manuals? They also completely ignore the large gun, pretty much. There is a small transformation there, but in any case, we'll just move along. Other accessories he had are in the bag. So he actually comes with 3 guns and then 1 alternate head. So these 2 guns are painted silver. We'll take a look at that. Typo on purpose? Yeah, I don't know about that. Hey, Jermaine, I actually haven't shipped your two out for Toy Tojo. The labels were printed. Hey, 3 Live Stream, aka Pack. Haven't seen you in a while. All right, so what else do we got going on? Hey, Mike Bob, Mike Rogers. All right, so his guns are nicely detailed and painted this nice silvery color. They almost look die cast. I definitely like it. They are 2 different guns, which are supposed to mimic the guns he's had in the show. They are highly different, aside from the handle. And you can see the peg is different this time. It goes kind of back into the palm or base of the hand, as opposed to the traditional masterpiece guns. And then as you can see, you can fold them up when we do transformation. But let's put that off to the side. He also has this gun, which is kind of interesting. Hey, Z-Force, how's it going, Carl? It's kind of a matte gray color. It's nicely molded, but the material is kind of weird. It's kind of a softer plastic. And one of the things you'll notice on my handle here is mine's already kind of like chipping off and stressed here. I'll show you why. It's because the peg on this, on the base of the hand, is really, really tough. And actually, all three of these have a really hard time getting in there and trying to get leverage in that. But the gun itself is nicely articulated. You can see it's double-handled. You can fold it up. If you do fold it up, you kind of want to fold it up like this, where they interlock. Oh, no, sorry. Like this, where this locking piece will come right there and locks underneath that. The head itself is, they have a regular straight face, stoic face. Hey, Clinical. Hey, John. As well as a kind of a screaming, yelling face, or almost like, oh, what's going on type face. And it's very easy to switch out. We'll show that off a little bit later. So, this guy is really interesting. So the transformation is pretty complex. For more complex than you would have expected, I guess. Not complex, it's actually not complex, but it's very different than you would have expected. So, which is nice, but it's not challenging in terms of overall transformation. No real tolerances or clearances that make you get frustrated. So let's get this guy into robot mode first. We just have to rotate his waist, rotate the fists, not the forearms, the fists. All right, and then mine had the head panel up. So if your backpack is tabbed in already into the shoulders, just pull it back and untab them. They shouldn't be tabbed in, but go ahead and tuck that in if yours isn't. Go ahead and push these two tabs into the shoulders, and then you can, if this part came up, which you probably did, just get it tabbed back in there, and then you have Huffer, or Rig as it were, in robot mode, and he looks quite nice. Very nice paint, as usual. Nice and hefty. I guess before we do anything else, let's go ahead and weigh him, because I always tend to forget to weigh these figures. So, let's see here. He is about 9 ounces. For those who do grams, that's 252 grams. All right, so let's put this scale to the side. Let's do a quick 360 of him. Nice metallic paint, as we've come to expect. He does have a decent amount of die cast that you can feel in his lower legs, as well as his chest. His backpack cleans up really quite nicely. And again, it's a little bit different than you might expect. Like usually we have like the windshield kind of up front with most of these designs. This one's kind of in the back, riding low. Not a lot of gappiness. You have a small gap here, but nothing big. But yeah, it looks really, really nice. He does have the more traditional or like cartoon accurate shoulders. Where it's kind of like weirdly low and sticks out at like a right angle. But it does look super accurate and very nice. All right, very quickly, let's actually do the face transformation first, or face swap first, just because it's very easy. You can just lift the face forward or pull it forward, and it just pops out like this. It's on kind of a mushroom peg thing, and you can push the other one in. Very simple, no screws. And then again, you can tab in the shoulders once you're done. So that's what he looks like when he is yelling or surprised. All right, so let's do some articulation next. So as you saw, his head is on a swivel here. It can go all the way around, like so. You can look up. He has little neck details. He can't look down, unfortunately, where if he does, it's basically straight, not very much down at all. His shoulders are nicely, oh, this one didn't tab in all the way, sorry. Nicely ratcheted going around. They do have a hinge that come up like this. There's some interference here just by the way it's molded and detailed and the way it's oddly positioned for this cartoon accurate design. He has a bicep swivel, a single jointed elbow joint, which is only 90 degrees, which is a little bit of a bummer. His wrist, which we showed before, is on a swivel. And his hands are Masterpiece Carbot style hands, where they're all one molded piece for all 4 fingers, no thumb articulation. The waist is kind of interesting because it is kind of molded where it looks like you can get a little bit of rocking back and forth, and I don't think there's an actual joint here, but you do have to actually push this back a little bit for transformation. I'll show you that in a bit, but you can see it's just not flat. There's actually an angle there, which is needed to be kind of moved or stressed so that you can peg in some stuff for transformation. Hey, OG Shocks, nice to see you. All right, waist articulation. He has a 360-degree waist swivel. He has a single crotch flap, which is kind of a bummer. I don't really like these. His hip skirts on the side do come out, but very little. You can see just here to here. That does restrict the movement outwards. You can see it can only go about this far, which is, I don't know, 80 degrees, 75 degrees. Going forward is ratcheted, going back is ratcheted before he hits the back of his skirt. So out to the side is only friction, forward and back is ratcheted. He has the thigh swivel, which is kind of a hidden joint, which is great so it doesn't break up the look of the thigh. He has ratcheted knees that go about, I don't know, 100 degrees or so. Coming down to his feet, he has an ankle rocker, which can go really far in. And then he also has a weird swivel at the foot, not really anatomically accurate. Well, what could they be? I guess anatomically correct for robots. I don't think there's any definition there. Unfortunately, he doesn't have any forward or back, which does limit some of the kind of posability that you can do with him. It would have been nice if he could get some forward and back, but due to the way the transformation works, I could see why they kind of didn't go with that. It's already on kind of a small swivel there. He does have a QC sticker. Mine came off a little off to the center and is kind of flapping around, so I guess they didn't do the QC on the QC sticker itself. All right, but that's it for articulation. I don't think I missed anything there. Let's go ahead and show them off with a couple of different figures so that you guys have an idea of scale. First up, we'll have MP44. Right there. Who else do we have? Like I said, I don't have any other Huffers in my collection right now, or I do have a Cubex one that's completely disassembled, ready for paint for the last 4 years, but I don't have that one. I think this is kind of the Bad Cube 2.0 Huffer slash pipes mold. So you can see that there. Here he is with another mini bot that we got recently, which is their Spindrift 2.0. I don't know. I still don't know if I like this one better than the X-Transbots one. Oddly enough, I have both of them next to each other on my display right now. I'm not taking him away. I don't know why I did that, but that's just me, I suppose. All right, putting the rest of these guys away. That's the only comparisons I'm going to do for now. As usual, if you want to see other comparisons, you can always donate $1.99, and I'll try to get a comparison out for you with some other figures. But those are the only ones I think you guys need for now. All right, so let's go ahead and get... Oh, let me show you the guns, the weaponry first, actually. So the one thing I said before is that the mechanism is different. It goes into the back of the palm or base of the hand, and it's just kind of hard to get in here just because the tolerances are super tight, and also because the hand doesn't open all the way. It's hard to get kind of downward pressure, or so just be careful when you do this. Like I said, I kind of damaged this one. And with these in particular, since they have small pin joints on thin plastic, you can see here, and you're pushing down on the handle, it could be very easily damaged. Like, let me show you. So this is pretty thin. You can see it kind of wobble around within the pin joint. So just be careful. I don't think it's fragile per se, like if you would use it normally. But again, just the way that you have to kind of position this and press down on it, you kind of have to put some force on the hinge, which I just don't like putting force on hinges. So yeah, I see this one I can't even get in really well, but you get the idea. It will fit in if I took some time to do it. I did it earlier. It does work. It is just a little bit of a challenge. Oh, sorry, somebody donated $1.99. How do I see who donated $1.99? It was Okisi or snap T. All right, so I don't know what I don't know what the comparison you want, but go ahead and list it out, and I'll try to get that comparison for you. Comparison with Unicorn? No, that's not happening because mine's still boxed, so I wouldn't even be able to do that comparison. All right, so let's see here. Let's get into transformation. Like I said, his transformation is very unique. The transformation video did help a bit, but I'm actually going to do something very different, and I'll explain why. My transformation is going to be very different. It's going to not start with the legs, which the instructions and the video show you, and it's for one very particular reason. So the first thing I'll do is actually deal with the, well, I guess the first thing we'll do is this. We will start with the legs. We need to rotate these out 180 degrees. And then bring the legs kind of close together, and then rotate at the waist 180 degrees. So you need to have it kind of close to what we had out of the box. Second thing we'll do is actually deal with the backpack. So lift this up and pull this back to release this section here. And then I'm going to deal with the arms and the chest. So lift these little sections up on either side of the chest. Since you have the backpack out, you can actually push from the back. Oh, yeah, that should work. Oh, sorry. Got to bring the arms down first. Bring the arms down like so. And then push on the chest to release it and bring it forward. You're going to want to pull this all the way out. You can see it's on an extended hinge. A lot of this is die cast. I think most of the chest here is die cast. The wheels on the chest will flip out and tab in to the side of the chest here, like so. And then you're going to extend this all the way out, and you'll have a tab on this arm that goes into his butt. And then you have these small tabs here that will go into his thighs, the back of the thighs. And that's the reason I'm doing this way. And remember how I said that there's like a little bit of a crunch that you can use? You do need to use kind of that crunch in order to get this tabbed into the butt, and then these two tabs that go into the thighs. If you transform the legs first, like they tell you, you're going to be squeezing this leg onto the thigh to try to get it to close. And I don't want to do that because, one, when I show you now, I'll show you really quick. When you open this up and release this to go up like this, like I said, to squeeze it so it tabs in, you're going to be squeezing this on top of the thigh, and I think you'll start marking up or sketching up your paint. You definitely don't want to do that, so that's why I recommend doing the legs first, tabbing it in because they are very tight tabs. Do that first, and then you can transform the legs really at any point. It doesn't really matter at this point when you do them. We can do them now, we can do them later. I don't really like them hanging out now, so I'm just going to leave like this for now. Come back to the chest and close these flaps up. You can get the arms down and out of the way for now. I'd like to rotate the head at this point so you don't have visible face underneath your car mode. So once we get up here, we're going to pull this up and kind of out of the way. And then you have to pull this entire shell, these side panels and the top and the back, off of this kind of base here, which I think this entire piece is die cast. It's a little interesting to do because it's tabbed in here, but it also has this kind of over-under ridge thing. So it's not as simple as just like pulling straight up. You have to kind of pull up and back on it. I don't know if that makes sense, but you have to pull out and back like this, not straight up. All right, so you get this up. Move this out of the way, and we'll deal with the wheels on the front side, or I don't even know what this is. If this is the rear side technically. Like I said, it does a really interesting transformation. So we'll pull the wheels forward first. That will give us access to this panel, which you can lay flat, all the way flat. It's on a double hinge. You want to lay that flat first. Now you can push the wheels all the way through and around to its final position. All right, from here, you want to push that flap all the way up, both hinges, not just the lower hinge, not just this flap hinge, but also the one out here. And from here, you're going to look and you'll see these little tabs that stick out on both sides. They're going to have to come in underneath the shoulder joints. And how that works is there's a telescoping joint in the chest, this orange piece. It's going to telescope down. So you push that down and then you push this at an angle downward. That will allow you to get, where is it? Oh, there it is. Get this tabbed in. So that will tab in to the back. This flap will now tab in right below the neck, right there. And then this piece will just tab in here and come back and basically form the rear of the truck. This flap here is for the MP44 trailer, which luckily I was able to find. It took me about 20 minutes to find it in my storage where my MP44 was hidden. So that's basically the back of the vehicle. From here, we can transform the rest of the cab. So up here, we flip out these sides of the front windshield, flip out the grille, flip out the rest of the front, like so. And then these flaps are going to basically flip inside out. They're on double hinges. You want to use the outside hinge to come in like so. And they have little tabs here and here, which will go into the front. There we go. There we go. All right, now this is all going to form the front of the vehicle. Now we can go ahead and finish the legs. The legs here are very easy. We can go ahead and flip out this panel from the bottom of the foot and extend it all the way out, making sure to make use of both of these double hinges here to make it flush with the outside of the leg. Same thing on this side. All right, and as we saw before, when I showed you why I was doing this transformation this way, you can untab this locking mechanism, which allows you to make use of this double hinged leg to rock up and back. Once you're done, fold that up and make sure this is flush. Same thing on this side. Like so. And that's it. Nothing tabs or locks in here as two halves. All right. And then this will all come forward and complete the rest of the cab. This set of hinges here should be like this, so that you're making a right angle with the lower joint. This will tab in here with that purple tab. And when you come down through here, you're going to have tabs here and here on the sides, and then tabs on either side of the grille, which will go into kind of the feet. I find it easier to go ahead and line up this corner tab first. That's the hardest one to kind of get in. And then once you have that, everything else you can kind of easily maneuver in. I say that and then I am struggling. But there we go. Oops. Same thing on this side. Get that corner tab in first. Get this tab on the side. Then just push up on these. And then you have the cab done. You're gonna want to use this to kind of straighten out the back of the cab. And now we're just dealing with the arms at this point. Flip these arms straight up so they have the hands in the air. Let me remember. So I think I had to flip the hands this way. Yeah, the palm should be facing the back of the cab. You're gonna flip this piece 90 degrees, this little shoulder nub, a nubbin, or whatever you want to call it. And you're going to rotate this in like so. All right, so with the thumbs facing outwards, now we can cover them up with these pieces here. Don't just try to push up on these. They're very tightly toleranced so that they sit flush with each other. The trick is push down on one side first and then rotate this one up and around. Be careful here. There's a lot of tight tolerances. And again, make sure that the positions of the hands are like this because it is molded as such. and it is very tight. So when you close this up, it very barely covers the hand and the thumb. But if you're not careful, I can see your hands getting all scratched up. And with that, we have Rig in robot mode. So it is a very nice transformation in the sense that there's, like I said, nothing super complex or challenging. There's a lot of kind of small steps, but even the video instructions make it look way more complex than it ended up being. And again, I took my own way of doing it. The way they did it, they did a lot of maneuvering with this, like 3 different times they flipped it in and out. You really don't have to do that. I don't know why they did that. And like I said, just to protect your thighs from getting scratched up, I definitely would recommend doing the tabbing of the chest in first. So he does have nice rubber wheels on all 4 sides, nicely vac chromed hubcaps. He does look a little bit hollowy from some views here, maybe under here, but I think he does look pretty accurate. He even has like the purple peeking out from the bottom here. The windshield is nice translucent blue. This side is painted, as is this side. Nice silver paint. Nice details on the back. Like I said, you can pull this up. And I actually haven't tried this. I literally just got the trailer for MP44 out maybe 15 minutes before I went live. So I did pull it out. So you guys can't complain about it. I don't even know exactly how it's supposed to work. Looks like it's just an I-beam. So I'm thinking it actually might have to go in backwards. Well, no, you can't. So, all right. So it should just slip in as you would expect. Yeah, there you go. So it just slides in with the I-beam piece. Works very well. If you really want your display to have a Huffer that drives MP44's trailer, you got it. All right. Alt mode comparisons is where I always fail. Wait, oh, there he is. I was like, oh my gosh, I thought I lost my streak. I was about to freak out. Of course, I need to have streak. Front view with the trailer, please. All right, fine. I don't know what that's about. Who's going to display front view with the trailer? Probably no one. That's probably why you want to see it this way. Is that good? All right, Master Hoarder. You got the first one free. Everyone gets one for free. No, that's a lie. Put them in the... No, I'm not doing that. All right, so let's see some comparisons with some other figures. Obviously, my Masterpiece Streak is out on display here. They're about the same width, maybe a little bit wider with Rig. Obviously, he's a lot longer. The only other vehicle I always have is just this prototype of Voodoo Toys. I don't even know if this is Solus or Animus. They're Ironhide or Ratchet. I don't know which one it is. Thanks to Toy Dojo for letting me keep this. We had this on display at TFCon years and years ago, and he never took it back, so... Put him on top. What are all these weird requests putting him on top of the trailer? Oh, no light bar on top. So it's probably Ironhide. Okay, you're probably right. All right, so did Oki Syrup Nap? Did you put, what is this? I need 5, 1 in box, 1 in robot mode, 1 in alt mode, 1 pulling MP40 for trailer, and 1 more just because. Okay. No, Toy Dojo, you're not getting that sample back. Never. All right, Oki, did you actually have a request? Hopefully it's not a request for alt mode, because like I said, I have almost 0 figures in alt mode. Put him under the trailer. Abigail says, have him next to Megatron in gun mode with only the sniper and no stock of... Okay. All right, these are getting absurd. So he does have a little bit of functionality here, playability in alt mode. His guns can fold up and combined into a super gun, kind of like Power Rangers. Not 5 weapons into one, but 3 weapons into one. tab that in like that. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know if I ever did this. So I don't even know how this works. Oh, it looks like it works the same way with the I-beam. Yeah. So you pick up this trailer hitch and you just tab this in like so that he can basically be shooting himself. I guess you can angle it a little bit more. Oh, there we go. All right. So yeah, he can do, you know, anti-air gun or something like that. Nothing else particularly interesting about the alt mode unless you're a really big fan of the trailer. But he does look really nice. The paint, by and large, even though some parts are die cast and some parts are painted plastic and so forth, it does really mesh quite well. Even the translucent blue and the side painted metallic blue on the windows look really good together. Can Spike fit in the cab? He might be able to. I mean, this really isn't designed to be rider friendly. He doesn't have a door or anything, so let me just throw him in here. Like, yeah, he fits. There you go, T-Man. There. Oh, I almost got him. I almost got him in the driver's seat. I don't know if you can see that. He almost fits. Can Hoist fit in the cab? No, he cannot. Look at you guys. Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. It was funny the first time, but now like 5 people have done the hoist in the cab thing. But all right, get him out. All right. So not the most rider or driver friendly entrance. Compare with FT minibots in alt mode. I'm not doing any alt mode comparisons. Pick something else. Where what do I have any minibots? I'm trying to see if I have any. No, I don't have any mini bots, but I appreciate the $2. I'll do a robot mode comparison for you. I don't have any mini bots in alt mode, so. CTT Blaze, do I only do the Transformers reviews? Yeah, mostly. I do some other stuff too. Matt says money well spent. What does Roll'em mean? T-Man, thanks for the $2. All right, so since people have been asking about the trailer some more, for Sony, I'll go ahead and see if he fits in the trailer. He does, in fact, fit in the trailer. I think one person asked, do what T-Man's TM review says. Here is one with him on top. Somebody asked for that. And then I think Abigail Ham asked for what he looks like underneath the trailer. So there you go. No more trailers. All right, let's get this guy transformed back into robot mode. And we'll finish off the review. So first thing we'll do is get the little handies out. So again, over-rotate one of them just so you can bring the other one down and then bring this back up. That will allow you to sit them flush with one another. All right, next up is I like to take care of the cab section here. So just pulling out the front of this. You might also want to do this too. So sometimes I go pull this out of the way just so you can get a little bit more clearance, and getting your thumbs in here makes it a little bit easier to kind of pull that apart. Get the arms out of the way, and then just be careful when you're untabbing this. Again, work at kind of the corner and then towards the back. Lift this up. We can start transforming this all out, or in, as it were. Get this flipped inside out. And then we're just going to leave this for now. All right. Now we'll just deal with the legs. Well, let's deal with the chest just because it's here. Fold this in like so. And then deal with the chest. We have to release and extend this telescoping chest. So we can go ahead and untab this. Untab this, and then we can lift this up. We can rotate the head. So again, I rotated that before. You don't have to, the instructions don't say it, but it's just so you don't have a face looking down in robot mode. Go like that. And again, you can extend that chest out. Lifting up these two flaps will let you get the chest in and collapsed and tabbed in. You can deal with the arms or shoulders at any point, but let's go ahead and do them now since we're already here. Tab these in. We'll just flip these nubbins back upright. And then you can deal with the hands whenever, but we'll just rotate them now just because we have hands on the mind. All right. Dealing with this flap. So to get these wheels in, we need to use this base hinge here. Fold this flap all the way in. Rotate the wheels through. All the way through. Like so. And then, sorry, through like so. And then we can bring this flap down to cover up the back of the head and cover up the wheels. At this point, we can go ahead and collapse in and tab in the shoulder locks. This stuff will come up, tab in like that. This will fold back and in on itself like so. And then this will all accordion in on itself. So you want to pull the hinge back. You can see this little cutout here. You want to pull this all the way back like so. And then rotate this in. And again, you have this kind of weird over-under nub that goes here. At the same time, you need to tab in this. So get it into like this position where the nubs are already in, squeeze it, and then push forward. I take them one at a time, this side and this side. Fold this flat, and then you can fold this piece. It tabs in right here. Now dealing with the lower body, rotate 180 degrees. Pull out, we'll just deal with the side panels first. Just fold those down and on to the feet and heels. Pull these little tabs out. You do need to pull them out even going back. The reason being is that if you don't, you can run into the, you'll block the armature that allows you to extend the leg. You'll see that tab goes in there. Close this up to lock it into place. Same thing here. Close it up and you'll see that tab. Lock that into place. Rotate the foot 180 degrees to get it facing forward. And with that, we have Rig, aka Masterpiece Huff from Fans Toys, back in robot mode. Hey Jay, how's it going? So overall, final thoughts. I do like the figure. The one thing I will say is that I think it's super expensive for what it is. It's a fun figure. It is pretty, I guess, complex. It has a lot of parts, but I feel at 120 bucks and more now. I think I saw TF Source has it for like 160 or something crazy like that. Toy Dojo doesn't have it for that much, but I think they're temporarily sold out for now. So yeah, the price on this guy is a lot. So to put that kind of into perspective, I think Sheridan, their FT Warpath, Fans Toys Warpath, when it came out, was like $100, and that's a pretty substantially bigger figure. I think overall it's more complex, heavier. I like that figure overall more than this figure, but for 125 bucks, I feel like this is just expensive. Other things to compare to, what else did we see? Oh, spoiler, when it first came out, Fans Toys Dead End, is it Dead End, was 110, I think. 105, 110. Their Spindrift, which we just saw here, that came out in 2011, I think, that was $100. So I think it's more in line with the overall quality, build, and complexity to this guy, as opposed to the other ones. That said, I definitely know we're living in a new world. We're living in a COVID world. We're living in an inflation world. So I do get that prices have gone up, shipping's gone up, everything's really gone up. So I can see where the money's coming from, but it's just a little expensive based on what we've gotten before. But again, I think this is going to be the new norm, at least for a little while, until hopefully things settle down globally with COVID and the material costs and shipping costs and so forth. But I wanted to let you know, I feel like this is more of like $100 figure, not $120+ figure. That'd be my only complaint. Oki said he got it for 100. So see, I think that's a great price. That's pose him holding the guns with both hands. Darth Coconut, you got a request. I guess this is not a comparison, and this probably is one that I probably should have done before. So I'm not going to charge you this time, but next time I expect that $1.99 request in the tip jar. Oh man, this thing is such a pain in the butt. Getting these in the hands are super annoying. If the hands opened up like more so that you can actually get direct pressure down on it, it wouldn't be a problem. But unless you have like fingertips of steel, I don't know how this works. Let me get back into this hand. I had more luck with this hand earlier, as you saw. But yeah, so you can see it's already stressed or paint's rubbed off and everything. So you may or may not have the same issue as me, but clearly I'm experiencing some maybe it's just performance anxiety. There we go. All right. I think he looked a little awkward when he has both guns, both handles held. He doesn't have a lot of arm movement, so you kind of have to hold it like across his chest. That's really the only way you can do it, unless you go like this a little bit more. He just looks kind of goofy when he holds it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's really no great way to hold it. How did they have it held in the promo images? Yeah, see, you just look at the box. This is the best they can do. Larkin says, all right, you want to see Huffer dance? All right, what kind of dance can I do with him? So yeah, this is probably, if this professional photographer, this was the best they can do, this is the best I can do as a non-pro. Ask T-Man, he's going to do his review once he gets his. I'm sure he'll have a bunch of cool photos and poses like a professional. Me, I'm just a live streamer, man. It's hard to do some of this stuff live. All right, do a dance. What kind of dance can he do? Oh, 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 the right stuff. I can't believe I kind of remember that. Right? Isn't that how the New Kids on the Block did that dance? I'm trying to think. Is there a dance to a whole new world? That was one of the songs that they used in one of their transformations. I don't understand the logic for the songs that they chose for their videos on their channel. One was like a classical song, and then they had a whole new world, and yeah, so pretty random. Hey Larkin, you asked for a dance, you didn't specify, so D-Puff says I'll pay you to stop singing. I would gladly keep singing until I get paid to stop. Maddie the Dentist, how's it going? DYI Ninja? See, DYI Ninja says I nailed the dance moves. Darkman said he puked. How do the feet work? Rotation and rocker? Yeah, so he has a rocker and a rotation, but no forward and back, unfortunately. People always ask about die cast. It's always hard to tell afterwards, but I'm pretty sure this whole shin area is die cast. This chest, I believe, the front section. I could be wrong. Yeah, the front section is die cast. This whole section here, I believe, is die cast. So he does have a decent amount of die cast. Not even decent. He has a lot of die cast for such a small figure. No, hey, Scramble Cities Customs, you came late, but no, there's no ab crunch per se, but you do have a little bit of wiggle that you have to make use of to make the transformation work, but no ab crunch per se. Kate Techless, we already did comparisons, and we already did weight. You guys are all late. I did that. What was his weight? It was something like 826 grams, 9 ounces, like 8.9 ounces. Yeah, comparisons, I can do some more. I'll just bring out the ones I did before. Does anybody do live streams for X Transbats? I do. All my reviews for the last like year and a half have been live streams. I don't do traditional reviews anymore. So, much to my chagrin, and I have done a bunch of live streams where even with potentially fragile figures like X Transbots, I have done those live with complex transformations like their fuzz, which was super frustrating. I'm not lazy. You're lazy. I'm doing the work for you. I'm packaging like 40 of these guys for you. How are you going to call me lazy? And it's free labor. I've only broken one, and that was before the live stream. Scramble says, Pipes looks buff. Really? You think he looks buffer than this guy? I feel like he looks buffer. Like, look at these arms. These guns. It's like gunmetal guns. I guess he has the pecs. He doesn't miss chest day. But Huffer looks really good. He's definitely the best Huffer that we've gotten to date. That's not even a question. Yeah, it's by far and away the best Huffer we've gotten. No real complaints about this figure other than kind of the price and a bit on the lack of articulation. I don't think T-Man will love it just because he can't do a lot of cool poses. No ab crunch, no ankle rocker, forward and back rocker, that is. But no real complaints about him aside from the price. And if you got a good price on him, good for you. If you didn't, I wouldn't be... I would say, yes, he's better than Bagcube 2.0. This is basically the same mold as Bagcube 2.0. The materials and everything are obviously far better. You can see the paint. The more tune accurate. Again, the shoulders are kind of weird just because that's how the animation was. So if you want your most accurate version of Huffer, this guy is where it's at. I'm happy with him. I'm just happy that I get a discount from Toy Dojo, even though they call me lazy. All right, did I get everyone's request? Looks like we got... I know Sony donated, Oki donated, Larkin donated, T-Man donated, so I think that's like $8. Who? I feel like I'm missing somebody. Hold on. Is there any way to see who donated? I feel like there's got to be an easier way to see who donated. I'm looking on my computer here, so give me a second to scroll back. There's Megatron sitting on rig. Oh man, Paul, I got to get Megatron. All right. Oh, Mike said to do what T-Man says. Mike Rogers is the one that gave me this nice little set of coasters with the Autobot logo. He did send me, finally, after like a month or so, another set. So I'll have to tape these up so I have a Decepticon side for when I do Decepticon reviews. But I will get Megatron as the $2 donated. I do have to follow through. I do have a Megatron, so I'll do that. Ow! I just stepped on the trailer. Damn you, trailer! I need to stop putting my Megatron all the way back in the case because that makes him very hard to grab every single time. Everybody wants a Megatron comparison, so... Alright, Megatron, you gotta pop a squat on... There you go, Paul. $2 well spent. Oh, King Rouse, $4.99. Alright, well, what do you need? What kind of comparisons do you want? Disney trailer? Superhero landing? No. King Rouse, I didn't see a $2 donation from you. And for superhero poses, that is actually a $4 donation. Because I hate you. And I hate the superhero pose. What is this? Why are you such a poser? I love Yelena from Black Widow and Hawkeye. She was by far the best part of that show, and I love that show, so that's saying a lot. Wait. King Rouse said, Oh man! All right, superhero landing. I thought that was somebody else who donated that. I don't even know if he can do the superhero landing pose because he has no ab crunch. So, and his hip skirts kind of get in the way. His legs. This is like the best he can do. There we go. This is literally the best I can make it do. I think T-Man could probably do something better. Oki agrees that she is the best part of Hawkeye. Yeah, Florence definitely made it. She's awesome. She was like the superpower reindeer. And she's like, what was that? When she got slapped. She was by far my favorite. She and the new Hawkeye, I'm gonna call it right now, much better than their relationship is already 10 times better than the relationship between Scarlett Johansson and Jeremy Renner's Hawkeye and Black Widow. Love them. They are my favorite thing. All I want for Christmas is another season with just the two of them. Mike Rogers says Kingpin. He definitely wasn't the best part of the show. Come on now. Come on now. It was definitely cool. Darth also says, I love Yelena. She's a fellow Brit. Yeah, we won't hold that against her. Why is it like that? I feel like 50% of the superhero cast in Marvel are like British. Like Spider-Man, we got like Yelena. There's probably more. I feel like oh no. What's his name? Loki, Tom Hiddleston. I guess we got Australians too with Chris Hemsworth, but he's like, they were like a British colony, so I feel like that counts, right? That's kind of British. What other British folks do we have that are in? Dare says, Peg, you heard any release date on Tesla 2.0? You should be asking Toy Dojo, who's in the live chat right now, about that. Yeah, Inu Tabby. How's it going, Inu Tabby? I didn't see you come in. Wolverine. Hugh Jackman? Hugh Jackman isn't British. Best doing MCU is Spider-Man and Iron Man. Ooh, I feel like that's a good one, but I don't know. I mean, they have that father-son kind of bond thing. I love that, but I'd rather watch Yelena and Hawkeye go at it all day. She's so funny. Oh, Benedict Cumberbatch. There we go. N333CI. Yeah, see all the Brits. The Walking Dead, the main guy from The Walking Dead before he left. Carl is what's supposed to what? Rick Grimes. He's British. You would never know that. That guy was from what's that Christmas movie? The Christmas movie where there's like a whole bunch of stories. I don't know. He was Australian? Yeah. I was saying he's not British. Yeah, earlier I was like, he's not British. Andrew Garfield, British. Yeah, see? All these Brits taking over. Yeah, Andrew Lincoln, that's the Walking Dead guy I was talking about. Love Actually, Niles French loves the romantic comedies. Oh, now he's making this here. Sorry, my wife just made me watch it. That's a lie. Tom Hardy, Venom. See, look at all these Brits. Yeah, we said Tom Holland. He was like one of the first. Yeah, why are all the Spider-Men? Why are all the Peter Parkers Brit besides Toby? Oh, Doc Ock. Doc Ock. He's British. What's his name? Can't remember. Anyway, we're going off the rails here. So the review is over. I don't know why 107 of you are still on here listening to me talk about British superheroes and romantic comedies. Mike Rogers, Henry Cavill, yeah, he's great, and he's also The Witcher. Yeah, Z Farsk. So I Idris Elba, man, to see there, just keep going. Willem Dafoe, is he British? I don't even know. He has a weird accent. Can we expect a premiere for Tesla 2.0? Yeah. Alfred Molina, thank you. Maddie the dentist, thank you. Yeah, I don't know how it turned into a Marvel chat. But this is why I like so I remember last year I said I wanted to do some community chats, but like I couldn't get people to actually commit. Like I wanted to do like people who were viewers, not just other YouTubers or personalities. I wanted to do people that were just viewers to come on and chat about random stuff that aren't always Transformers. But it never happened. Like trying to get just two people on the same day on the same topic, like it never happened. People would be like, "Yeah, I'm interested," and then they would stop responding, or they wouldn't be able to commit or pick a topic. So yeah, I didn't think Willem Dafoe was Brit. CTD Blaze. Benio was British. All right. Anyway, so I do still want to do some like community chats, but I don't know if this is gonna work if people can't really. I guess it's a lot to ask, right? Just random people on YouTube to come to your channel. But I do want to do like more topics that are what I'm thinking are they would be called like chatter days, chat Saturdays, chatter days, where it would just be random topics. Like I want to talk about other stuff. I really want to talk about anime and manga in particular, stuff like that. Haley Atwell, but she's supposed to be British. But yeah, it's been a lot more difficult to actually wrangle people. And I guess communication is really hard because I'm like, hey, let me know if you want to be on this. And people are like, how do I contact you? I'm like, well, Facebook is easier. Some people send messages to YouTube. So it's kind of hard. But I do want to do it. I think it would be more interesting just having random chats like this with other people than doing the live stream. Like we finished the live stream of this like 20 minutes ago, and I'm still having a lot of fun. So Chit Down Chatter Days. I'm not gonna go with that name, but I do appreciate it. See, King Rouse is down for it, but again, see, I want to get other like non-YouTubers kind of people out there. Like Jermaine Sutton. What are you doing, man? Evil Ash, Clinical, all you guys who are regulars, like Mike Rogers. You should definitely be down to do one. Stuff like that. G Tony, aka the sponsor of TM Reviews channel. Oh, that's true. TM did say the rusty mechanic, but again, I kind of want to. I just want random like viewers to be part of the conversation, not like people I like know or maybe have grown to know. Anyway, Chuck C. So if any of you are actually interested and can commit to like a series of topics, maybe even topics that you can suggest topics. Like I'm open for any kind of topics. Hit me up on Facebook. That's usually the easiest way on my Pick for Life Reviews channel. You can message me on YouTube, but YouTube messaging is kind of jank. I think I also have pickforlife@gmail.com. I think that's one of my emails. But in any case, the review is done. I really appreciate everyone who came to watch. Like I said, I think he's a great figure. If you can get him for cheaper than 120, which probably isn't likely, definitely pick him up. He's the best Huffer we've gotten so far. Interesting transformation. It's not too difficult. No real concerns about fragile parts or breakages or clearances. So overall, I think it's a win. Everything except for the pricing, which again might be just a product of the environment in our current day and age, as opposed to fans' toys themselves. So better than X-Transbot's Huffer? Yes, definitely. It's the best Huffer there is. So thanks. I appreciate it, everyone. I do really appreciate you guys sticking with me, even though I'm just doing live streams and doing much fewer than I have been in the past. I'll be trying to do more if I can, especially if I can get some of these chatter days down. But if you guys have any questions, if you're catching this on the rewind and you're still here after the 20 minutes of British Marvel character call outs, go ahead and leave a comment in the video, and I'll go and get back to you as soon as I can. If you want to pick one of these guys up, when they come back in stock, Toy Dojo should have some extra, I believe, after they fulfill their pre-orders. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, share, and subscribe. That really does help. And yeah, that's really about it. So appreciate all of you guys joining. I really had a fun time, and we'll see you next time. Thanks a lot, everyone. Have a good one.